Hello viewers, welcome to my channel Pharmacypedia. In this session, we are going to discuss about the ophthalmic preparations. Ophthalmic preparations are basically the sterile preparations which are used to be instilled into the eyes. So basically, the ophthalmic preparations are the sterile preparations and are actually prepared under the same condition as that of the parenterals. So these products are basically the sterile products and produced under the same conditions and same method as that adopted for the parenteral preparations. Now the main application areas for the ophthalmic preparations is the conjunctiva, conjunctival sacs or the eyelids. The eye preparations also contains preservatives to prevent from the microbial contamination. Other aspects and the key assessment areas for the production of eye drops includes sterility, tonicity, pH. Adequate amount of the pH is required, that is within the range of 5 to 7, to ensure that no sort of irritation is being observed into the eyes. Because what happens is that if you have pH above 7 or pH below 5, very acidic pH or very alkaline pH, it may result into the irritation into the eyes. Also buffering is required, buffering agents are required, and drug toxicity, solubility analysis, stability analysis, viscosity of the preparation should be very adequate. Aseptic filling is required. Packaging and storage is very much different for the parenteral products. You can understand the parenteral products are manufactured under the same condition as that of the parenteral product, because they also require the high level of the sterility, the industrial uses and the other applications of parenteral products are very much different. Parenteral products also bypasses the gastrointestinal fluid, therefore they actually are directly targeted to their site of action, which is the eyes. So most ophthalmic products are actually sterilized by the filtration process using 0.22 microns filters. Now, when we talk about the ophthalmic preparations, there are various advantages of using the ophthalmic preparations. Ophthalmic preparations basically refers to eye drops, eye lotions, eye suspensions, contact lens solutions. So the very first advantage of using the ophthalmic preparation is that we are actually trying to reach the drug to the target action, which is the eyes. So the therapeutic agents directly reaches to the in a high concentration to their site of action, which is eyes. Moreover, since this is a local application, it ensures that the side effects are minimized. So you have a less number of side effects when we use the ophthalmic preparation as compared to the oral formulations. Moreover, if adequately trained, the administration of the dosage formed locally to the eyes may be easily performed by the patient. So the very first advantage is that the drug reaches in high concentration to its site of action with minimal side effects, and it, if performed properly, can be easily administered. Otherwise, if we take the oral preparation, that has to follow the gastrointestinal and hepatic metabolism. So the amount of actual concentration which reaches to the ophthalmic cavity, to the conjunctiva, is very less. So it is preferred for the ophthalmic problems associated to use the ophthalmic preparations like eye drops, eye suspensions, eye lotions, contact lens solutions, etc., to minimize these effects. Now, at the same time, it has some disadvantages also. Like we take almost about 100 microliters of the drug into the 2 drops when we instill the 2 drops into the eye drop. Now, what happens is that due to the blinking effect, the actual amount of the drug concentration which reaches to the eye is less, and it results in the major doses which is being provided to the ophthalmic area is lost, either through the spillage onto the face or via the lacrimal duct. So most of the almost 70% of the dose is actually wasted, is actually lost due to the lacrimal duct passage and through the spillage due to the blinking effect of the eyes. Apart from that, the retention time of the solution which is generally used in the form of eye drop is very less. Since the viscosity is less, the retention time is less. Therefore, ointments were developed which may stay there for a prolonged period of the time and therefore may have the enhanced effect. Ocular formulations are sterile and therefore specialized facilities are required as that of the parenteral for manufacturing these dosage forms. So it involves a lot of investment, it involves a lot of technical constraints, while designing the manufacturing unit. The application of the ointment formulation to the eye may sometimes result in the temporary blurring of the eyes. Those who have applied the eye ointment may understand the fact that as compared to the eye drops, the stay period for the eye ointment is large, and therefore it causes the temporary blurring of the vision. So these were about the advantages and disadvantages of the ophthalmic preparations. Next, we move on to the eye drops, lotions, and the ointments. Eye drops are basically the solutions or the suspensions of the drug, which is instilled into the eye with the help of a dropper, and they usually contain the drugs belonging to the categories like antiseptics, anti-anesthetics, anti-inflammatory, mydriatics, or miotic properties. Eye lotions are basically the washing solutions for the eyes. They are supplied in concentrated form and are required to be diluted with the warm water immediately before the use. So they should also be isotonic and free from the foreign particles to avoid the irritation to the eyes. Mostly sodium chloride and sodium bicarbonate eye solutions are commonly recommended for removing the foreign particles from the eyes. Eye ointments, they have a very high viscosity. They are also the sterile preparations meant to be applied to the eyes. Now they are prepared under the aseptic conditions and are packed in a sterile collapsible tubes. What happens is that eye drops and eye lotions are usually packed in the LDPE, low density polyethylene packaging bottles, packaging what do you call packaging containers, whereas the eye ointments are stored and packed in the metal tubes. So it needs to be kept in the sterile form until whole of it is being consumed. So nowadays eye applicaps are also available, which contain only one application of the eye ointment preparations. Now, when we talk about the ophthalmic preparations, since they are they should be having the 100% sterility, they have various requirements, and they need to be manufactured at the site, which should be GMP certified, which should have all the constraints, which should be constructed in a highly sophisticated manner, and should have the high level of the cleanliness. It should have the clean sterile rooms for manufacturing, so it has to obey all the WHO specifications. So ophthalmic preparations are expected to possess the following properties: they should be completely free of the foreign particles, they should have the adequate viscosity, they should have the tonicity, the pH of the preparation should be within the range of 5 to 7. It should have 100% of sterility. It means complete removal of the microorganisms. It should have a high surface activity. So if we see the formulation of the eye drop, it basically comprises of the tonicity agents, buffering agents. It comprises of the preservatives to prevent the further contamination. Therefore the single dose containers these days are preferred over multi-dose containers. So this is the typical layout for the production of the ophthalmic preparations. For the ophthalmic preparations, we require water for injections, and it is thoroughly filtered. Then it is being aseptically filled and sealed out. You can see the flow of the equipment, the flow of the containers. Then it has to be adequately inspected, and in process checks are there, followed by the packaging and labeling, then finished product, storage, and so you can see follows exactly the same protocol which is being followed for the parenteral formulations. So when we try to understand the formulation concentrations specifically for the eye drops, we must understand the water purity, we must understand the formulation additives and filling and the sealing and the packaging part. So one can understand that we require drugs, we require preservatives. The examples of preservatives include like benzalkonium chloride, chlorbutanol, the methyl parabens, propyl parabens. We need complete sterilization. For that we need to ensure that it is completely free of the microorganisms. So we use water at a very high temperature which is being cooled down. We need the isotonicity agents, we need the buffering agents, isotonic, we need 0.9% sodium chloride is generally being used out. Then the viscosity has to be in the range of 100 to 150 centipoise. So we use various viscosifying enhancers. And apart from the container closure, the packing is plays a very important role in the case of ophthalmic preparations. Mostly glass and plastics are used for packaging of the eye drops, because there are a lot of constraints associated with these substances also. Like we have to check for all the packaging components have to be checked for the adequate studies, and they have to be very well labeled also. Like ophthalmic preparations are different from the oral preparations, so the labeling criterias which are being ensured by the regulatory agencies are different, and it has to be labeled very well as per the acts, Drug and Cosmetics Act also. For example, you may have seen not for in the injections, for external use only, shake well before use. Next, we move on to the eye ointments. So, eye ointments are basically viscous preparation. So, they stay on the eyes for a prolonged period of the time. They should be completely non-irritating to the eyes. The eye ointment bases generally melt near the body temperature so as to permit the diffusion of the drug through the lacrimal secretions of the eyes. So, like ointments contain the paraffins, liquid paraffins, wool fat, they are being melted out to get the drug absorbed in that. So you can see the method of the preparation of the eye ointment. It involves melting down of the fats, and then it is being course filtered out, then dry heat method, then in the we add the drug medicament to the ointment base. So once first of all ointment base is prepared, it is sterilized, then we add remaining constituents, then we pack it into sterile containers. They are the viscous preparation, so they need to be filled out into the collapsible tubes, which keeps the preparation sterile until whole of it is being consumed. Now this is very important, that it should not be prone to the contamination. It has to, the package should ensure that until unless it is being used to the end, it remains completely sterile. So nowadays there are the eye applicaps which are being available, which contains only one application of the eye ointment preparations. Next, we move on to the lotions. Now, lotions are sterile aqueous solutions which are used for washing of the eyes, for cleaning of the eyes. So, they are being provided in the concentrated form, and then they are being diluted with the warm water just before the use. Now, they are usually applied with a clean eye bath or sterilized fabric dressings, and a large volume of solution is allowed to flow quickly over the eyes. So the basic intention is to for the cleaning of the eyes, to get the eyes free from any sort of the foreign particles. Then eye lotions should be completely isotonic. So they are being isotonized with the help of the sodium chloride 0.9% weight by volume, and they should be completely free of the foreign particles to avoid the irritation to the eyes. Also, they are required to be prepared fresh, and they should not be stored for more than 2 days, as the lotion may get contaminated, including the sodium chloride, sodium bicarbonate, boric acid, borax, or the zinc sulfate. So these are the normal constituents for the eye lotions. The formulation of eye lotions is very simple. It comprises using the water for injection. It comprises of various addition of the various components and various anti-infective agents. And hence, it is more likely to cause discomfort if not adjusted very well. The eye lotions are usually sterilized by autoclaving or by passing through the membrane filters. My dear students, I would like to mention over here is that we need the membrane filters, which can filter through the 0.22 micron filters. So they accord the highest level of the sterilization. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you like my video, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel Pharmacypedia for getting further updates. Thank you so much.